Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Welcome to Network News for today, Wednesday, the 15th day of September 2021. I'm Odette Campbell. In the headlines this evening, the head of the Roman Catholic Church, Bishop Clyde Harvey, visits geriatric homes which recorded 10 COVID-related deaths. He says enhanced protocols are being implemented. The police force loses Central Division officer to COVID-19. A media stalwart with a golden voice becomes first known media personality in Grenada to succumb to coronavirus. Carriacou landscaper refuses nasal swab and complains that lack of passenger service on inter-island ferry poses a strain for islanders. Minister for Carriacou and PD Martinique Affairs highlights measures to keep the Twin Islands safe as the first case is recorded on PM. Coming up in sports this evening, oh, what a thrilling day it was as the St. Kitts Patriots win CPL trophy for the first time in its history. We'll bring you the details of those and other stories right after this message.
Are you a small business and would like your business to grow? Do you have an event, products or services that people should know about? Be wise. Advertise. Book your spot on GBN Shopping Guide. Be part of Grenada's biggest advertising medium, the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Call our sales department now on 440-2446 or 440-3033 or GBN plus the number sign. Email us at sales@gbn.gd. Special conditions apply.
And now for the news in detail. The head of the Roman Catholic Church, Bishop Clyde Harvey, was on a humanitarian mission today. He has visited senior citizens' homes which have been impacted by COVID-19 and reached out to family members of a dozen residents who died in the last few days. He spoke with GBN's Rena Pear-Thomas today.
12 elderly citizens who resided at the Hilarion and Hillview homes died between Saturday and Sunday. 10 of them were COVID-19 related. The official cause of death of the other 2 residents have not been confirmed. 21 residents at the 3 geriatric care center have been diagnosed as COVID-19 positive. These facilities are operated and managed by the Roman Catholic Church. Head of the diocese in Grenada, Bishop Clive Martin Harvey, showed up for the families and staff members today as he hit the road and visited the 3 homes. He told GBN after his visits that it is a very difficult period and the church is taking additional steps to keep staff and residents safe.
As a matter of fact, with regard to testing and so on, that is now in place. We have come to an arrangement with the ministry whereby that will be done regularly, and I hope that works because in the early stages it was very difficult to get a team up to St. Patrick's to do what needed to be done. But I think one of the good things that will come out of all of this is that people will realize the urgency of both testing and vaccines.
Bishop Harvey intimated that protocols had already been implemented to secure residents, but the Delta variant hit the homes harder than expected. He stated that vaccination is not mandatory, so when the next of kin to residents and the majority of the staff opted out of vaccination, they could only respect their choice.
The law requires that you get permission from whoever is the person responsible for the resident to give that permission, and that permission was not forthcoming in a number of cases. I don't have the exact figures now. But with regard to the staff, the same thing applied. And we've had to respect that because there was nothing in our contractual arrangement with them that said they had to be vaccinated.
The bishop reassures the public that they will continue to do everything within their power to care for and secure staff and residents. Senior citizen facilities on the mainland are not the only ones affected by the outbreak. Over on the sister isle of Carriacou, the Hilltop Home has also seen a spike in cases.
With respect to our senior citizens home, our only senior citizens home, that is the Top Hill Senior Citizen Home. At present, and previously as reported, we had 4 active cases there. Late yesterday, however, another 4 of the residents were tested positive. In addition to that, many of the staff members, the workers there, also contracted that virus. And so we are, together with the board and the management team of that institution, together with the matron, we are putting together a contingency plan to ensure that the residents there continue to receive the necessary care and attention that they require at this time.
That was Minister of Carriacou and PT Ethnic Affairs, Kendra Maturin-Stewart. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett-Thomas reporting.
While the relatives of senior citizens' homes tried to come to terms with the loss of their relatives, another community felt the pang associated with losing a loved one. The Royal Grenada Police Force and the families of a policeman were also thrust into bereavement. Christelina John reached out to Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin today.
The Royal Grenada Police Force lost its first officer to COVID-19 earlier today. ASP Byron Klein was last attached to the Central Division and he transitioned this morning at the Princess Alice Hospital in St. Andrew. It was a tough day for Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin and his team.
Well, I can tell you, Christling, that one can never find the right words to say in circumstances like these. But I assure you that the RGPF is shaken and deeply saddened by the news of the passing of ASP Byron Klein, who had served just over 36 years of dedicated law enforcement service to the RGPF and our country. Klein has served in many departments and stations, and as such, he has built enduring relationships with colleagues, officers, members of the public, and stakeholders, all of whom are likely to be impacted by the news of his passing in different ways.
As a mark of respect, all police flags are being flown at half-mast.
Yes, I have instructed that the RGPF flag drops at half-mast. It is a historic practice by the force whenever a police officer dies, whatever the reason may be, as part of it indicates that the force is in some measure of mourning and that a member of the force has died.
The police head has been in contact with Mr. Klein's family.
And so I therefore want to take the opportunity here to extend sympathies and condolences to his family and friends, his department, and by extension the entire RGPF family. And might I add that while his physical body leaves us, I pray that his spirit and treasured memories that he left us will continue to live with us going forward. I also reached out to his wife today, personally, to extend sympathies to her as well. It certainly is a very sad day for us.
Approximately 160, which represents about 20% of officers in the RGPF, are currently infected with the virus and are in isolation along with their families. With the new regulations in place and the 2 weekend lockdowns, lawmen are stretched beyond their limits, working extended hours to man checkpoints. Christelina John, GBN News.
Well, we here at the GBN were confronted with our share of bad news today, as family members informed us of the transitioning of Michael Haskell Ellis. He is the first known local media personality to succumb to the complications brought on by COVID-19. Many of us knew him as Mikey P. Ellis started his career in the early dispensation of Radio Grenada, which was the forerunner to the Grenada Broadcasting Corporation and then Grenada Broadcasting Network. Among the mature radio audience, he is remembered for his excellent choice of music mixed with one of the best vocal tones on radio in the 1980s and 1990s. His radio sobriquet, Mikey P, was rated among the best when he took to the airwaves for Twilight Melodies, a post-afternoon into dusk musical journey which took one away from the humdrum of the day and set the tone for a relaxing evening as people got ready for bedtime. Luther Vandross was one of his favorite artists, and he would long be remembered for his Mahalia Jackson selections. Later on, he was also situated on the bumper-to-bumper shift, which served up musical accompaniment as workers made their way home after a day at the office, construction sites, and other places of employ. Being as versatile as he was, Mikey P made the transition from easy listening music to more up-tempo rhythms as Radio Grenada transitioned to the Grenada Broadcasting Corporation and now the GBN. He played a pivotal role in the newly minted Sun FM as it made its debut on the emerging new radio format. Still at the peak of his career, Ellis called it a day on radio and then settled into the marketing side of the business. GBN Head of Sales and Marketing, Mrs. Janelle McDonnell, is among those who can't fathom life without him on Team GBN.
I'm still trying to come to terms with Mikey's death today. Mikey was such a jovial, happy soul. Always willing to help, to be there, to be a friend. Very good at his job. His death is a huge loss for the GBN, for the media fraternity. He was a friend to everybody. I don't think there's anybody who could say anything negative about Mikey. It's a tough one. Condolences to his family, his daughters, his son. It's such a huge loss.
Saying goodbye to a colleague is never an easy thing. Here I am trying to say goodbye to another of my colleagues, Mikey P. Mikey P was a friend, and every time I saw Mikey P, every time we meet, he always had a good advice to give me. Mikey, you will be missed. I know you are in a better place. Godspeed.
The management and staff of the Grenada Broadcasting Network extend sincerest condolences to his family, friends, and business associates. May his soul rest in eternal peace. And we interrupt for a brief moment to bring you a breaking news story. We understand that there has been an accident at Corinth in St. David's. In our studios, we are hearing the emergency vehicles traversing the Lucas Street main road. And so we have inquired as to what's up, and what we have been told is that a bus has flipped on its side while traversing the Corinth main road this afternoon. We have one excerpt that was submitted to us via social media, so we'll go to that at this moment.
I'm pulling the red bus. Anybody else in the bus? Hopefully there's nobody in the bus.
We will be in touch with the Royal Grenada Police Force to get further details on this, and as soon as the information is passed to us, we will share it with you. How unfortunate, a similar incident happened along the Grand Mall main road 2 weeks ago, and so it is a situation that we will continue to monitor, as we said, and bring you updates as they become available. Our next story tonight deals with the inter-island travel strain. Moving on with the news this evening. The illnesses and deaths are becoming the most glaring factors associated with COVID-19, but other key life elements are being impacted in the process. In neighboring Trinidad, it impacted connectivity with the sister island of Tobago. Here in Grenada, there's a similar effect on ferry services connecting Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique.
Under SRO 36, Regulation 15 places a restriction on domestic travel, whereby citizens are banned from migrating between Grenada and Carriacou. Exceptions are given for transport for freight or travel essential for trade. The Osprey Lines made their last service call on September 3rd. Cargo boats are allowed to take goods back and forth, but they are not allowed to shuttle passengers between the mainland and the sister isles. Due to these restrictions, a resident of Carriacou, Lawrence Allard, has been stuck in Grenada.
I always come down and sell crab on every other Friday. So I come down last week Friday and sell crab. And within coming down and sell the crab now, I don't sell my crab and everything now, and it's like, I have a return ticket. I come down with Emilia or the motherfucker on a return to go up the Wednesday. So now the Prime Minister come and see now they're locking down the country, you know what I mean? So they have a big problem for me right now, you understand? Right now I get stuck inside Grenada.
In his attempt to return to Carriacou, he was requested to provide a COVID-free certificate.
My family is from Grenada. My wife and my children is from Grenada. Everybody okay. Nobody not sick. You understand? Me include. I ain't sick. And I understand why the reason they're telling me I have to take a thing to juke up in my nose. You understand? I can't take this thing juke up inside my nose, you understand? Because I youth man now. So now I was young, I was still bleeding in my nose. I still have a problem bleeding in my nose, you understand? So I'm trying to say now I can't take this thing juking up inside my nose, you understand?
Pointing to his inability to work in Grenada while his landscaping business is on the sister isles, he is pleading to the relevant authorities to allow him to return to Carriacou.
So I stay with my wife, I live with my wife and my family. You understand? But I need to go and make money. I can't be dependent on my wife. Because she's working. I'm an independent man. I need to do everything for myself. I need to get my vibes going. You understand? I know what to take a woman taking care of a man. And a man take care of a woman. I need to go and work and be a man.
The landscaper tells GBN that he is concerned about any tests that involves the nose swab.
If a test and a positive, what do you want me to do? Where you want me to go? Go and reach my family? Make everybody sick? Let me go to my house in Carriacou. I have my own house in Carriacou. My house locked down in Carriacou. You understand? Everything locked down up home. You understand? And it's like me alone with it. You understand? Let me get to go to my place. I need to go home.
Regulation 15 states that with the approval of the Ports Authority or the Airports Authority, no person shall enter a vessel unless he or she has been subjected to a rapid test, which results are negative. GBN has been informed that other methods of testing are available for persons who are unable or unwilling to use the nasal swab method. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
While passenger services are placed on hold to help curb the spread of the virus, health officials are ramping up protocols to keep islanders safe. The first known case has been recorded on the smaller of the two sister isles. We get that story from Rena Pear Thomas.
Petite Martinique, which was unscathed by the virus since its outbreak in Grenada in 2020, has recorded 5 positive COVID-19 cases. Though its big sister Carriacou has been experiencing a steady increase in numbers over the past few weeks, the island was able to somehow keep the virus at bay.
The positive case in Petite Martinique did come from a fisherman, as far as I'm aware, that was out with his Grenadian group and returned to Petite Martinique after a stint at sea and returned positive. That individual was able to be identified and isolated quickly. Time will tell whether it was quickly enough, but so far it does appear so. But that would have been the first of COVID's most recent attack on Petite Martinique. And we were able to fend off, but there will be others. There will be other attacks.
Minister for Health, Nicholas Steele. He pointed out that the small island does have its challenges when it comes to adequate health facilities to address COVID-19. However, he gives the assurance that a contingency plan is in place.
Petite Martinique does not have a hospital based on its size of population. It has a health center. And therefore, the protocols that we put in place is to move individuals much sooner, much faster to the general hospital or to the point of care. and therefore the Petit Martinican people themselves need to be more diligent, and they have been, but we need to remain cautious and not take anything for granted.
Contact tracing continues in neighboring Carriacou. Minister for Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs, Kindra Matuin-Stewart, says the active cases on the island passed the 50 mark.
I can report that we now have 57 active cases in Carriacou and 5 active cases over in the island of Petit Martinique at the moment. Of course, we are concerned with the rising numbers, but what we have noticed thus far is that the recent cases, the latest cases, are really contacts of previous positive cases. And so it means, therefore, that our contact tracing efforts and activities are really working.
Minister Stewart says that there is still light at the end of the tunnel, as she has seen increases in residents and businesses following COVID-19 protocols, which reduces the spread. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
And this is Network News. Coming up, buses will be back in full dispatch mode tomorrow, but with enhanced checks and balances. We will hear from the Bus Association President, Mr. Garth Woodruff. Do stay with us.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you. Across Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique, Flow has been the leading telecommunications provider for decades. As we continue to work for you, we are modernizing our fixed network and transitioning all customers to our latest technology. By the end of 2021, the new network offers customers faster speeds, better quality, and a more reliable service experience with faster fault detection and repair time. Upgrading to the new network is free. Just visit any of our retail outlets. Look out for sales agents in your community. Call our virtual store at 444-3569 or send us a text via WhatsApp at 407-3569. Remember, as we transition to our new network, we are simultaneously shutting down our older network. To avoid service interruption, arrange to make your move to the new network as soon as possible. Flow, committed to connecting our communities.
Dear customer, please help us limit the potential impact of COVID-19. If you have cold, flu, or COVID-19 symptoms, please postpone your visit to Grenlec. We recommend using online banking to make payments, available through Co-op Bank, Republic Bank, and FCIB. You can also use check drop boxes at each of our locations. For bill balances and other information, call 237. For additional support, email customersupport@grenlec.com.
We are all essential in the fight against COVID-19.
At Courts, we're doing our part and we encourage you to stay at home, stay safe, and shop online at www.shopcourts.com.
For added convenience, our Courts online customers will receive free delivery and get up to 20% off televisions, appliances, and homewares. Plus, if you shop with Ready Finance, you will pay nothing down for 60 days. Now, you can stay home, shop online, and save.
Remember, do the essential. Wear a mask, wash your hands, practice social distancing, stop the spread.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
We've gone through a season of such darkness in this world with COVID-19. We've seen such terrible sadness. We've seen global death. And now we see a light in the tunnel with the vaccination programs globally. And, still the light is not totally bright. But I want to tell teachers it's a great time to be a teacher. It's a great time to be an educator. I want to tell children it's a great and a wonderful time to learn. And I think God has given us an opportunity to be in a different kind of learning space. And I think that we should take all opportunities that we have as we move into a new academic year, 2021 to 2022. I want to wish everyone the best. I want to ask God's blessings on our education sector. And I look forward to great and marvelous things coming out of all of this, even after COVID.
And leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. After a one-week hiatus, buses will resume full services tomorrow. Crystalina John is on the Transport Service Beat and brings us up to date.
Many bus operators have fallen victim to the coronavirus in the past 2 weeks. More than 30 of them have tested positive. One driver and one owner died last week. The association suspended service to the public last Wednesday for 1 week to review the operational code and decide on the way forward. President Garth Woodruff says they are ready to resume full operations, but with stricter guidelines in place.
Safety, right? It's all about safety. It is definitely not any sort of industrial or strike action or anything like that. It is really just about safety and mitigating the spread of COVID. Yeah, so that's what spurred the decision. It was a very difficult decision. It came from all the presidents of the association. We gathered, we spoke, and that's the solution that we came up with while we strive to prepare, right? And that would be obviously steps to mitigate the spread.
During the 1 week break, the association developed protocols to ensure the safety of both passengers and the operators. These include the provision of masks for drivers and conductors and the provision of sanitizing solution for passengers. Last year, the regulations made provision for a reduced number of passengers on buses. We ask Woodruff whether this is being enforced again.
Right? No, there's not much people taking public transportation. So there really isn't much, persons traveling at the moment. Now, to further say, you should carry less, right? In the name of safety, it is an option, right? But we have to look at how long can you do it for?
The NBA's president says they will continue to weigh various options as they analyze the cost of keeping buses on the road amid decreased demands for their services. Crystalina John, GBN News.
A situation to watch. We'll keep following and bring you updates as they unfold. Teachers say they miss the innocent faces of their students, and children will tell you they wish to be in the classroom hearing from Sir or Miss daily rather than following them on online platforms. But as we will hear from Rena Pear Thomas, that will not be possible anytime soon.
Parents may have to keep their irons in the closet and school shirts on hangers, as Minister for Health Nicholas Steele announced on Wednesday that classroom sessions may be suspended past the September 20th reopening date. Minister Steele, who was speaking on GBN's To The Point program, says the spike in cases does not indicate the possibility of face-to-face teaching in the coming week.
Blossom, we haven't made a decision on that, but I think members of the public need to be. Most of us are well versed that with this level of community spread still going on, we cannot contemplate opening our schools, but a decision has not been made. But remember, these types of decisions are based on science, and the science is showing what's happening in our communities for the time being.
While this is so, the minister was happy to say that they have seen an increase in vaccination among persons between the ages of 12 to 18.
We don't have an exact one, but we are seeing a significant amount of persons between 12 and 18 who were not before didn't have access. So it is pleasing to see that. So we're getting whole families now being fully vaccinated. Because any parent who went forward to get the vaccine before, when it was only AstraZeneca, most definitely are coming forward now with their kids.
Schools were scheduled to reopen on September 6th. The date was shifted to September 20th due to the spread of the Delta variant in Grenada. Since then, teachers have been conducting classes via online platforms, as was done months before. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
Thanks, Rena, for keeping us up to date there. Last evening during the newscast, we reported on a diaspora forum, which was in progress at the time. Today, we have a follow-up report. During that meeting, Dr. Mariana Charles requested donations towards putting together home care packages to help curb the rapid spread of the virus among households. Dr. Charles made the plea as she gave the presentation on the immediate needs of the Ministry of Health to Grenadians living in the diaspora.
For at least 5,000 home care packages to be distributed throughout our communities, because this is really where the fight is. And when we look at the social construct of our community, at least 30% are living hand to mouth, right? Persons are simply, they do not have the space in the households in our rural communities. You have 2-bedroom households and 8 or so persons are living in one house. So it is really challenging.
She also highlighted the need for about 50 oxygen concentrators while listing human resource as one of the chief immediate needs due to infections among health workers.
Efforts are being made to outsource staff, both within the region and internationally. So these are some of the things that are being done. We have a hotline service where persons experiencing symptoms call in. We have asked the private physicians on island for support to at least serve as a triage for those persons. And we are hoping that the persons who are ill, soon they will be able to be reincorporated. But again, it is very difficult because prior to this, we have been operating on a limited staff basis.
Dr. Mariana Charles speaking at last evening's Diaspora Forum. Moving on to other news, Grenada is among several CARICOM countries preparing to ask Britain to be compensated for years of slavery and their involvement in displacing hundreds of thousands of Africans to the Caribbean in the 17th and 18th centuries. But the push for reparations by Caribbean nations isn't new, says one historian. It's been an ongoing collective effort over the last decade.
This is not just about we as the descendants of enslaved persons. We still do have descendants of the Kalinago people in Grenada, right? Now, these persons as well need to be compensated because they own the lands that Dupake and the French took from them and later the British. So let us not forget the first peoples of Grenada.
That was HE Ambassador Ali S. Gill making a call for reparations for people in Grenada. The Grenada National Reparations Commission, GNRC, is part of the Caribbean Reparations Commission, CRC, and is comprised of distinguished scholars, civil and human rights activists committed to advancing the quest for reparations for people of African descent in Grenada.
One, We demand a full formal apology from the colonial powers and these institutions which I spoke about. Generally, there has been an admission that slavery and the slave trade is crimes against humanity. But we need a formal apology and acknowledgement from the colonial powers and these institutions that what they have done is wrong.
Grenada is among several Caribbean countries calling for amends on the part of the developed nations which plundered small states through slavery. On July 6th, the Caribbean Community CARICOM, an organization of 15 countries in the Caribbean, renewed its call for reparations, emphasizing their importance for the second stage of independence in the Caribbean. Prime Minister Mia Mottley of Barbados argued that these small states were not given a development compact but were given political independence. According to her, the Caribbean has made great strides to reverse legal inequalities, but only reparations could help overcome the psychological, sociological, and economical inequalities that exist within Caribbean countries and between them and their former colonizers. For GBN News, I am Krista Campbell reporting.
Still ahead, we take you on a scenic view. It's been one piece of bad news after another, so we believe these are needed in depressing times. It's coming up in GBN ISAW. Do stay with us.
My Digicel presents Hit by a How-To. Here is how you can purchase a plan in the My Digicel app and get instant access to all of our apps. It's simple. Let me show you how. From your home screen, find the Plans and Bundles icon in the lower left corner of your screen. Tap it to see your available plans and bundles. You can choose between a Prime bundle with data and talk or pick a plan from the Available Plans tab. Find the plan that's best for you, then hit confirm and you're ready to go. With your new plan, you may have access to more of our apps. Find them in the More from Digicel section and hit download for each of our new apps. You can also upgrade your current plan or bundle under the Active Plans section of your homepage. Excited to try it out? Download the My Digicel app today. My Digicel, better together.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers: Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our 2 convenient locations: Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Across Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, Flow has been the leading telecommunications provider for decades. As we continue to work for you, we are modernizing our fixed network and transitioning all customers to our latest technology. By the end of 2021, the new network offers customers faster speeds, better quality, and a more reliable service experience with faster fault detection and repair time. Upgrading to the new network is free. Just visit any of our retail outlets. Look out for sales agents in your community. Call our virtual store at 444-3569 or send us a text via WhatsApp at 407-3569. Remember, as we transition to our new network, we are simultaneously shutting down our older network. To avoid service interruption, arrange to make your move to the new network as soon as possible. Flow, committed to connecting our communities.
Have you ever heard about U-Report and wondered what might this be? Well, U-Report Ambassador for Grenada, Khalifa Phillips, says it's a great tool for Grenadian youth to effect change in their communities. She's making a clarion call for the youthful populace to join the change-making platform.
U-Report is a social platform created by UNICEF, available via SMS, Facebook, and Twitter, where young people express their opinion and are positive change agents in their communities. Khalifa Phillips is currently a U-Report ambassador for Grenada, and she explained how the platform works.
It's a digital platform. You simply sign up, and when you sign up, they're going to originally ask you some basic information, some background questions. And then they will send you a series of polls based on different issues such as education, climate change, social injustice, different things that young people are facing.
U-Report is now active in 68 countries, benefiting over 11 million users all over the world. Philip relayed that the platform recently effected change in the neighboring island, St. Vincent.
One example, actually, of how they use the platform to, help change was in the recent volcanic eruption in St. Vincent, the last rare volcano. They communicated with youth there to find out their needs throughout the whole ordeal, and they were able to arrange intervention services for them.
Country U-Reports are run by UNICEF and partners on the ground, including local government, non-governmental organizations, and young people themselves. U-Report is available via numerous messaging, social media, and SMS channels, and even works on a basic mobile phone. It is free, anonymous, and easy to use. Philip made a clarion call for the youthful populace to join.
I think it's a great platform to be a part of. And then you have exposure to a network of other individuals, and you can also see what's happening in the region around you, and kind of understand that other youth are actually going through the same things that you're going through. So and then if you have interest in actually affecting change, and becoming somebody that does that, it would definitely be good for your future as well.
Krista Campbell, GBN News.
We did promise you some kind of breathing mechanism, and we shall try to do it through tonight's ISO segment.
A good eye captures all. GBN Eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Hey, September is just around the corner, so let's see.
Booklist, check! Bag, check! Tablet, yes! Doctor, check! Eye check!
Clear Vision Eye Center is offering all students a free eye examination.
For the holiday?
Yeah, man, and they have the best prices on glasses. I hear they have glasses as low as $450.
But you know it's only for 1 month.
Boy, let me go. I can't miss that. Clear Vision Eye Center, keeping students focused so that we can see the world with a clearer vision.
What is it about this island that makes it all paradise? Is it the people, plants, places that bring smiles to all faces, and when on parting, tears to eyes, that venture into this heaven on earth land? Grenada, Spice Isle. These poetic words of Leslie Alexis capture the essence of sweet Grenada. This aerial vantage of the picturesque Spice Isle came to you compliments Just School Media aerial traffic cam. We thank Just School Media for capturing these scenic views of St. Patrick. Continue to send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Sporting activities help to put a smile on our faces just when we need them, and today there were several smiles going around the Caribbean. The Patriots are champions. We'll tell you about that in tonight's sporting segment. Do stay around for that.
It's your summer everything loan from the Communal. Borrow up to $10,000 for all your needs. School supplies, staycation, home renovations, appliances or furniture. You can have it all with a summer everything loan. With competitive interest rates and same-day approvals, you can't beat this loan special. Not a member? Join today to get onto this exciting offer. It's your summer everything loan from the Communal. Apply today and take advantage of this exciting offer. Visit the nearest Communal branch or call us at 440-1755 for more information. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vic Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Synatogen powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Claritin. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are call 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open, Hills and Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hills and Valley, your health is our business.
How do you choose your toilet paper? Just because it's soft and light. That's how I choose my toilet paper. Made right here in the Isle of Spice. Cherish Springs off Harbor Bay. Super value every day. The price is right and locally they're made. Support local when you purchase Cherish and other quality brands from Grenada Paper Products.
Well, good evening, sporting fans. We have taken it down to the wires and now it's come to an end. The 2021 CPL tournament, the curtains came down today. And oh, what a glorious day it was. The Patriots put their names on the trophy for the first time in the tournament's history. Let's look back at how that panned out today.
The reply started by Chris Gale, but he could not get going. Ruston Chase, who's done so much in the tournament, struck almost immediately. Joshua Da Silva then came to the crease and looked good, actually. Playing square of the wicket with some aplomb. Evan Lewis did manage to strike a boundary, but couldn't last too much longer. It was an excellent catch by Chase, who found himself in the midst of all the action. There was a run-out opportunity that wasn't grasped. And it all added to the drama when Rutherford hit this one with the wind for 6, as Da Silva kept soldiering on. Stick to your strength! Rutherford then went down the ground again, and Da Silva went down to third man, but then in trying to repeat those square of the wicket shots, he perished.
Kashik Williams with that wicket, an important wicket for his team. Rutherford found the boundary, but then he found the hands of Alzari Joseph, return catch. Dominic Drakes swatted this one, his first delivery for 4. DJ Bravo trying to go inside out, hold out in the deep off the bowling of David Visa. And Drakes just continued to find the boundaries, powerfully struck down the ground. And Fabian Allen hasn't lit up this edition of the Hero CPL, but that shot over extra cover. And then down the ground, and Fabian Allen eventually fell. Well caught in the deep. Kimo Paul, the fielder. This was an amazing shot. And so too was this one from Cottrell. Important boundary. And Cottrell looking for 2. Collision between himself and Wahab resulted in him being run out. He wasn't too happy with it, but not much that Wahab Riaz could have done. 9 of the last over. Magnificent shot. 5 of the last one. The winning moment. Dominic Drakes fittingly hitting the winning runs. And look at that celebration from him. Everyone.
Patriotic Patriots in winners' row, and throughout the tournament the commentators have had their eyes on the various batsmen and the bowlers, and they took time today to do some analysis. Let's go back to them for that.
He must have enjoyed batting on that surface. It's been an excellent surface, but he said he enjoyed batting with Chris Gale as well. That's the start of that partnership that consisted of 76 runs. And he said something interesting. He said, Gale can go after it and I can go after it as well. We can go together. That's my philosophy. If conditions are good. 23 of the Odine Smith over. A lesson for the young man from the veteran.
Yeah, Imran Tahir tried in vain as well in the early parts inside the power play. Lewis just picking him left, right and centre. Naveen ul Haq with a slowish one down the leg side. Gale went downtown off Tahir. And then he fell. Catch to Shimron Hetmeyer off the bowling of Sinclair, and we saw some acrobatics as well. Don't try that at home, folks. It is not good for you. Evan Lewis just continued on. You know when he gets it, the head stays down like that. Beautiful swing of the bat. And he just continues to impress, to time the ball beautifully. 50 up of 24 balls right there. A moment of hope perhaps, but put down. Bravo bringing himself into bat at number 3, picked up 1 6, 3 4s in his innings. Didn't have to go too hard because it was all about Evan Lewis at the other end at that stage, but they put together a really nice partnership. Took the score from 76 through to 164, courtesy of some big blows, and then Bravo went.
In grand style as well. Stumps went, bat went, and then O'Dane Smith followed that up with the wicket of Fabian Allen for naught. But Shilfane Rutherford showed a little glimpse of why his start to the season was so good. Finished off quite rightly by Evan Lewis.
Well, oh, what a time it has been throughout the season, and we would like to say a very special thank you to all of our sponsors who made coverage possible. Without your support, we could not have brought the coverage to the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, and so we extend sincerest thanks to all of our partners who worked with us to help us bring CPL 2021 to your living rooms, to the bars, the shops, wherever you viewed the games from. And that's a wrap on tonight's sporting segment. When we come back, the Teachers Union in Guyana is calling on the Education Ministry for discussions rather than issuing directives via social media. We'll tell you about that. Well, we start off our One Caribbean hookup in Guyana. The social media is not the place for you to be issuing directives to teachers. It's time for us to sit at the table and have a proper discussion, since the fate of the nation's children is at stake. That's the message being given to the Education Minister by the President of the Guyana Teachers Union. We'll get more in this report.
The social media space is not the place to resolve issues. In fact, a lot of the things you see on social media, it fuels divide and conflict. And so we believe that the place for our engagement is sitting around a table and formally engaging each other, trying to bring some resolution to the outstanding issues that are affecting the teachers.
That was Mark Light, the president of the Guyana Teachers Union. The GTU president said it is time that the nation's educators experience the so-called care being touted by the education minister, reminding that the advancement and development of the country rests on their shoulders. It is impossible for disgruntled teachers to give up their best in the classroom. Teachers across the country are unhappy. Light underscored to media operatives.
First of all, they're unhappy because of their salary issues and the long-awaited outstanding matter in terms of finance. Those have not been resolved to date, and we are hearing nothing as to how soon those issues will be resolved.
According to him, while teachers out of the love for the the profession have been turning a blind eye to the salary issues they face. Insult was added to injury when educators across the country defied the associated risks of the pandemic and turned out in their numbers to teach their charges, only to be locked out of the classrooms by security guards who would normally be under the instructions of those very teachers, a situation he described as ludicrous. He reminded that the education staff
is recording an increase in the number of people showing up to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. We get more from our associates at ABS.
The government's push towards herd immunity continues following the launch of the public vaccination campaign March 1. As of September, 6 months later, over 35,000 people are fully vaccinated. At the Multipurpose Cultural and Exhibition Center, health authorities are seeing an increase in the number of people receiving the jab. Following the launch of the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine August 31, people are now availing themselves of their second dose. Today alone saw an estimated 200 people for the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine.
Some of them are changing their minds. Some of them are getting information from other persons who have been vaccinated. But any numbers that we get, it's a good number.
Senior data clerk Odette says the increase in vaccination has also resulted in a backlog of vaccination data. He says his team experienced similar conditions at the start of the inoculation campaign.
So it's nothing new to us where we have to, work a little extra hours to enter the information into the system after everyone has cleared out.
The senior data clerk estimates a total of 500 doses of COVID-19 vaccine were administered Tuesday. As it relates to the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, he says both adults and minors are availing themselves of the vaccine at equal numbers.
When the parents bring their child, the parents will get the vaccine at the same time. But then keep in mind, you also have teachers who already got the first dose of the AstraZeneca. Then they have their children, and they come with their children. 5
COVID-19 vaccines are being administered in the public inoculation campaign. Oxford AstraZeneca, Pfizer-BioNTech, Sinopharm, Sputnik 5, and Johnson & Johnson. Rakib Aparisi reporting for ABS News.
And then we cross over to St. Lucia, where Prime Minister Philippe Japin disclosed on Tuesday that the police has stretched to the limits. Over 150 officers are now in quarantine.
Prime Minister Philippe Japin has disclosed that over 150 police officers are in quarantine after being exposed to the COVID-19 virus in execution of their duties. The SLP administration has been criticized by the opposition and its surrogates for a perceived lack of protocol enforcement amid a staggering rise in COVID-19 infections. But the administration continues to frame the ongoing pandemic as a public health crisis which cannot be solved entirely through law enforcement means. The situation has also been compounded by the lack of holding facilities after the custody suites detention facility was reduced to rubble by the former UWP government. And there is also the inherent risk of infection for law enforcement officers in the apprehension of would-be protocol violators given the highly contagious nature of the virus.
I've made a point that there is no way to put people when you arrest them. Only yesterday, I got a report that a police station has to be closed or the shift drastically reduced because somebody was arrested with COVID and the whole station has to go into quarantine. There is no place to put people when you arrest them. The government destroyed the custody suites. Where would you put them?
The COVID-19 curfews and protocols have been billed as the non-pharmaceutical health mitigation measures devised to complement the fight against the pandemic. But criminal elements are exploiting the crisis to commit violent crimes. While acknowledging the current stressors on the police department, the Prime Minister touts the ticketing system as one way of reducing the exposure of authorities while regulating pandemic behavior.
Over 150 policemen are in quarantine. The police are trying their best, but they're stretched. Anytime somebody gets arrested and the person is positive, the entire squad has to go into quarantine. So the police are stretched. So even though they want, they can't. They simply don't have the numbers. And this is why we added another layer of enforcement, which was the ticketing.
The aim, according to some sources, is to ensure the deployment of finite police resources in tackling serious crimes. So when will the ticketing system be unveiled?
The tickets are going to be put in place very soon. I think the Senate has passed it. The Governor General will accent. And very soon, hopefully by this week, weekend, it should be around.
While in opposition, the current government argued that it was foolhardy to have police and wardens chasing down individuals suspected of breaches. Since assuming office, the SLP administration has moved to decriminalize protocol violations while retaining punitive measures such as fines and ticketing. The incumbent insists that the crisis must be treated as a public health issue. Joachim Duplessis, HTS News Force.
And just in case you missed any of our stories tonight, we remind you of the main stories just after this break. Recapping the main points in tonight's news, an accident at Corinth has left several people nursing injuries. We are following that story and awaiting word from the authorities. We'll bring you an update in our next newscast, the radio news tomorrow morning, and tomorrow in the television edition, we'll bring you further developments. The head of the Roman Catholic Church, Bishop Clyde Harvey, visits geriatric homes which recorded 10 COVID-related deaths a few days ago. He says enhanced protocols are being implemented. The Royal Grenada Police Force loses Central Division officer to COVID-19. Media stalwart with a golden voice, Mikey P., one of the team members here at the GBN, becomes first known media personality in Grenada to succumb to coronavirus. Carriacou landscaper refuses nasal swab and complains that lack of passenger service on inter-island ferries pose a strain for islanders. Minister for Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs highlights measures to keep the twin islands safe as the first case is recorded on the sister island of Petite Martinique. And in sports, oh, what a glorious, thrilling day. As the St. Kitts Patriots, they won the CPL trophy for the first time in its history. On behalf of the entire production team here at the GBN, to you, our viewers and listeners, we say a sincere thank you for joining us for today's broadcast.